it may sound strange to you, and there is a slightly different approach when you are talking about products. For example, when you're talking about Bonvita, you're talking about Bonvita, for example, as a product, and you say, okay, so people buy Bonvita. They're not buying the owners of the company because the entity is now big. Because the entity is now big. Now that the entity is now big, it is equal for everybody to know who is the CEO of Nestle, for example, worldwide. So people focus on the products. And then one thing that I have explained to you is that you see, even those companies will never sell Bonvita to you as Bonvita because people understand. Because those companies understand that what people buy are abstract things. What people buy are not physical things. People buy emotions. People buy emotions before they buy products. It is in the buying of the emotions that makes them buy those products. I explained to you. I give you an example about how Nike sells sporting excellence. They don't sell shoes. They sell sporting excellence. How Coca-Cola sells happiness or friendship. So what is it that you're saying? It is not product that people are buying. It is not product that, because if it was product that people are buying, then how do you determine with the one that people will buy if all the products are on the table? Okay, now once you understand that, you begin to pay attention. So I told you that there are two categories. There are the categories of people who know, like people who know that once you get up in life, once you are born in life, you start to sell yourself. You start to sell yourself to your parents, to your siblings. They start to like you. They start to give things to you as per, give it to you. This boy is hardworking. Give it to him. He's very serious. Give it to him. He's very intelligent. Give it to him. You have sold yourself as several things as you are growing up. As you reinvent yourself, you sell yourself. If you make changes today, your dad will not see the changes until maybe after a year before they now buy that change that you have made. If you are lazy, now you become hardworking. They just look at you and say, hey, maybe it's for me, maybe it's a lie. But by the time you are consistently showing them that you're hardworking for a year, they say, wow, this boy is hardworking. You have sold it to them that you are hardworking. What that should tell you is that people who know that they are always selling, that people are always buying you, it does not matter. You don't hawk anything. If you dress well and you go around your neighborhood, over time, people would have known that this guy dresses well, or this guy has good fashion sense, or this guy knows how to utilize his clothing resources, or this guy understands this thing called looking fine. They've already bought that from you. So there are people who know. Now you see, the categories of people who know are divided into two categories. The half-acting or half-acted, or the full acting. When I say half-acted, okay, so now that you dress fine, and the whole neighborhood, you know that people would have known that you dress fine, and you have good fashion sense, okay? And the whole neighborhood, your estate, everybody in your estate now knows you. They have bought that thing about you. They have bought the idea that you are a good dresser, and that you have good fashion sense, and that you know how to manage your clothing resources very well. You know how to use your clothes in such a way that you come out elegant. They have bought those things about you. But those things did not translate to money from you. Why did it not translate to money for you? Because you did not complete it. You have only acted half. You have only sold yourself. It is now time for you to sell a service or a product. It could be as simple as a simple thing like, oh, let me come and teach your children how to dress up. Pay me 10,000 so I can teach your children. If 50 houses in your neighborhood pay you 10,000 for you to teach their children, you won't take more than 1 hour to teach of them. You can gather all of them together under one canopy, and they would have paid you 500K. So there are people who are half-acting. Those people who are half-acting have sold themselves. People have bought them or bought the idea of who they are, but it has not translated into money because they have not sold any physical thing for which people can give them money for. Okay? Now, those who know. Second category under those who know, the first category is half-acted or half-acting. People who are acting only halfway. Halfway in that they are selling themselves. People have bought them or bought the idea of who they are, whether they were intentional about it or not, but they know that people have bought it to them. So there's a category of people who know, who are half-acted. And then there's a category of people who know and are full acting. This is the kind of person that you be. You know that you are selling yourself to people, that people are buying you every day. Every day when you go out, when you smile. Every day when you greet people and say, oh, you're fine. Every day when you talk very nicely. Every day when you carry yourself with respect. Every day when you do things, you know that people have bought into a particular idea of who you are, whether you have done it consciously or you haven't done it consciously. The point is, you know that people have bought into the idea of who you are. The next step is that now you now have a particular thing that you're selling. You now have a particular thing that you're selling. So that way you are full acting, because the people who know you, who have bought into you, now have a reason for them to give you money. Because now you have brought something of valuable, but because they know you, they will buy that thing. They are not buying that thing, they are buying you. They are paying for you that they already bought since you started interacting with them. So that is the first category, those who know, divided into half acting and full acting. Then there is now those who don't know. Those who don't know. There are those who don't know. Two categories. The people, if you don't know, you may have been bought halfway. You don't know what you are doing. You're just doing your thing, but people just like you for whatever reason. So you are bought halfway. But you don't know, so you are never going to go beyond halfway. You're just going to be always stuck at that halfway until you begin to know and you begin to test it, or you begin to do feedback, or you begin to ask people, okay, so what do you like about me? So what do you think I'm very good at? Once you ask people what they like about you, or we tell them what you are good, what they think you are good at, they will tell you the thing that they've bought from you. That's like saying, so what have I sold to you about myself? That's what it means. So there is those who don't know. That means that they've been bought halfway. Then there are now those who don't know but are busy disselling themselves. Disselling means that you are chasing your client away. The people who have bought you, you are asking them to return you, and they are returning you to the shelf because your activities are not consistent with what they knew you to be. So maybe you dress fine, and then sometimes you stop dressing fine. So maybe it was just fluke. Maybe you didn't know how to dress. Okay? So some people who don't know are losing buyers because they are disselling themselves. They are doing themselves the service because they did not know what activities that they engaged in that make people to like them, or that make people to buy into them or buy the idea of them. So because they didn't know, now they are misbehaving. They don't even know they are misbehaving because they didn't even know what behaving looks like. It is only a person who knows behaving that will understand misbehaving. So they didn't even know what they were behaving like. So now they are misbehaving, but they don't know. Okay, so now they are losing clients. They are losing buyers. They are losing buyers. So you must. That's why you know that song from what was that guy named Skibby? Falls the bad guy Anthony and say stars keep it cool. Stars never to be caught on fresh. Stars never to be caught on fresh. Okay, that is why it means that you must be in character always. You must become your lifestyle. Selling has to be your lifestyle. Everything that they teach in selling, whether you are doing copies or whether as you are talking, you are saying stories, you are piquing curiosity, you are imputing urgency and scarcity, you are living the life. Selling is not something that you do. That's why some people don't succeed in selling. People think that selling is activity. No, selling is a life. Selling is a lifestyle. The people who understand it are the most super sales people. Selling is a lifestyle. It is not an activity. Selling is not what. Selling is how. Selling is not what. Selling is how. It's not what you do. It's how you do what. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. It's not what you experience. It's how you have experienced it, or how you are relating the experience. That is it. It is not the story. It is the storytelling. So that's how some people are able to sell themselves, and then some people are not able to sell themselves. There was a time that something came on, like there's that last song, Davido's song, and then find out that the song did not belong to Davido. That the song actually belongs to Peruzzi, and the guy who produced the song was claiming that he was going to expose them, and he did release some of the draft of the song where it was actually Peruzzi singing the song. Now, that song is Davido's song by every right and intent. Nobody cares about what has happened, whatever. They didn't have good contract and whatever happened. But as far as the media industry is concerned, that song belongs to Davido. Now, the question is, do you think that if Peruzzi had sang that song, same song, and it was Peruzzi that released the song, do you think that the song would have sold the way Davido sold? No, because people think that Davido's songs are good. It's not because Davido's songs are not good. It's because Davido has a way that he has sold himself outside the stage. As a friend person, as a people's person, as somebody who supports other people, as a great man, as a young man who is focused, as a young man who understands business. So if you like that kind of a man, you will like his song. Maybe Peruzzi has not sold himself that much. That is why Peruzzi's song will not sell. So when you see Wizkid saying, thank everybody, thank you for supporting the brand Wizkid, he knows that what he should thank you for is not buying his song. He knows that what he should thank you for is you buying into him. What would they give to you? Say, give it to him. What would they give to you? Look, that is the basic principle of selling. Selling yourself is the basic principle of selling. Once you understand that, if you want to introduce, if I took somebody to a site or someone you want to buy, you want somebody to buy a house from you, the person must buy you first before the person buys the house. You can't say, don't worry about me, just focus on the house, buy the house. No way. No way. The person must buy you first. If the person does not buy you, there is no amount of anything that you say that will make that person buy the house that you are trying to sell the person. I use the example of house because I'm fast in real estate, and so use the example of house because that's one of the most expensive things anybody may want to sell. sell yourself. Sell yourself. The question is now, as what? The things that the product or services that you want to sell must align with the yourself that you're about to sell. If you want to sell a book, you must sell yourself as knowledgeable, as insightful. There is no two ways about it. If you want to sell a house, you must sell yourself as trustworthy. No two ways about it. What's your task today? Write 5 ways in which you want to sell yourself. Write 5 ways in which you want people to see you. Write 5 things that you want people to give you and say, let's give it to him. When people see me, they will give me E for energy. Say, wow, that guy has good energy. That guy vibes sweet. That guy's vibe is sweet. You say, that guy is insightful. You say, wow, that guy is driven. That guy is supportive. That guy is kind. Then there are things that, so you must determine the 5 ways in which people see you, in 5 things that people will give you and say, I'll give it to him. He's so. No, let's give it to him. So. That's your task. Thank you very much. If there's any gift that I promised anybody that I have not fulfilled, please remind me tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. And we are talking about the God mode. G-O-D. Money on the God mode. Or the money of the God mode. Or the money of the God. Whichever way. I don't know how you coin it. But tomorrow is G-O-D time. So tomorrow, let's go full G-O-D mode. I'll see you. Love you so much. I'm rooting for your success. You will definitely succeed on my watch. Bye. By the way, I have bought you as dedicated, committed people. All right.